Welcome back to Retro Rebound. In today's video, I got one heck of a nostalgia trip for you. But first, I want to shout out my boy, Spawn Wave Media. He made a great video highlighting video game shopping in the early 2000s through this website here called Black Friday Archive, where as you see, it's a home to a collection of over 1,400 Black Friday sale ads from the past 21 years. And you'll go through this with me and you'll see here Toys R Us ads from Black Friday all the way back to 2004. We're gonna go to some Target ads, some Walmart ads, some GameStop ads, and see what games are being promoted at this time, what sales were some games on. And I took a quick sneak peek, and some of these are really awesome. This is especially nostalgic for me because when I was a kid, the Black Friday ads, the flyers that these storefronts would send to you in the mail, the gift buying guides, were my everything. Like when you got the toy guide from Toys R Us or Walmart sent out their holiday flyer, I used to go through them as a kid, circle things I wanted, and I'd hand it to my mom. I really never made Christmas lists super often. This was our way of communicating things. And even to this day, I just love paging through them. So this is a really special video. I'm super excited about it. It's just a little bonus video compared to the other 2 uploads we usually do per week. So I hope you enjoy this. But ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with as early as we can go. 2004 here. Let's go to Best Buy. I shop at Best Buy frequently here, and you'll see just some of the technology that they're promoting. Like, look at this here. It's 20-inch TV. Rocket Man. Some of the stuff we're gonna look at here is unbelievable. And you could be on this website for hours. Frankly, you see here, there's 30 pages to go through. I just want to get to the game stuff. There it is. We have a PS2 Slim. This is going for $150. Look at the Xbox Live Phoenix controller. Man, what a throwback to that. This kind of reminds me of Feel the Burn when Xbox laid off a bunch of people and they posted a little fire controller there. We got Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne, $10. We got Starfighter for $10. Spider-Man 2 going for $20 here. Metal Arms is here. What an interesting collection. We see some Game Boy Advance stuff. I think we can see more of that if we go down a page. It's sideways, so I'm hoping through the power of editing as well as a head tilt from me. We got some interesting Game Boy Advance games. I think that's Midnight Club, and that's also Disney Extreme Skate, and these are all $10 each, $80 for the Game Boy Advance. Like, it's funny because I feel like nowadays, this is around the price that if you go on eBay, depending if you don't go like IPS, backlit, that sort of thing, I feel like you can get Game Boy Advance SP for about this price tag, so it's funny how things come around. Ooh, they have a RadioShack ad here. RadioShack was such a fun, gimmicky store for me as a kid. Like you see here, pen-style camera. Like I always wanted to be like a secret agent as a kid. So seeing these walkie-talkies and stuff, these to me were toys. These were so exciting with these stocking stuffers. They have M&Ms that are radios. The early 2000s to me, granted I'm biased, I grew up with it, but it was such a peak in creativity because we were all just trying to figure things out, like what works, what doesn't work, and you'd get these insane ideas like here we have we have a CD wallet backpack for SpongeBob that's only on sale for 6 hours, 60% off. This sort of crazy stuff obviously still exists today, but I just, again, really appreciate growing up during this era and seeing how things came to be what they are today, where it feels like we do have a formula and we kind of have things figured out. I never owned this, but $20 for a video now, and you can see, if I zoom in here, a little episode of SpongeBob here. It's just, I never got into the whole mobile DVD player phase. Like even with my PSP or the Game Boy Advance, how they'd have those shows or those movies that you could get on those respective systems, I never indulged in that. I always just wanted to play games, and I don't know if I'm alone on that, but this seemed to be like a really big craze, but it was never something that made my Christmas list as a kid. These plug and plays are still around to this day. This is a Namco 2-pack plug and play. Walmart with a huge sale. This is still 2004. We have here the Game Boy Advance, no backlit screen, of course, at that time. It's not the SP, going for $40. And you can see here, if we get really close in, that's Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire. That game was such a life changer for me as well. That was easily my favorite Pokemon game. What I think would also be interesting is, again, we have access to all of these years. I want to go to some of my favorite years in gaming. Let's go to 2011. To me, 2011 was a peak year, I immediately think of Skyrim, Batman Arkham City, like just so many incredible games coming out that year. I think Battlefield 3 came out that year, which is my personal favorite Battlefield growing up, right next to Bad Company 2. Like just so many wonderful games in 2011. So let's see what the sales were looking like at the time Skyrim was coming out. Let's go to GameStop here. They're promoting $50 in saving. This is the 4 gigabyte system. People would kill for that sort of size nowadays. 160 gigabyte system for the PS3 Slim. $200, $150. So Xbox still winning in price here. We have the 3DS on sale. This is coming with Ocarina of Time 3D, which is a great game. Played Ocarina of Time for the first time when Tears of the Kingdom was coming out. Absolutely adored it. And look here, we have the Wii, $150 for a new Super Mario Bros. Nintendo Wii bundle. We can see here they got Skyward Sword on sale, Return to Dreamland on sale. We have Rayman Origins on sale. You know, it's so interesting looking at this because it reminds me that the Wii is really uncharted territory for me. I never liked the whole motion control thing, so I enjoyed Wii Sports. I loved Zelda Twilight Princess, but otherwise, like the Wii kind of turned into a way to sell off my GameCube and just have access to Wii games if I ever felt like it. But I have played very few Wii games in the scheme of things. That would probably make an interesting video one day, just kind of experiencing the Wii for the first time truly in a specific calendar year. But look at that, just some great sales here. Just funny to see these sort of spin-off games are always in the mix here. You just see like Trivial Pursuit and Monopoly Double Pack. Like it's just funny to see just the crap that was being sold back then, right? Like it's kind of the same nowadays, isn't it? Yeah, this is a time where just everything was available. Look at the price of some of these DS games. I feel like these are prices people would kill for nowadays. Pokemon Rumble Blast, that's a random one. Star Fox 3D is just like boom, it's in stock. Okay, now we're cooking. We're in the 360 section here. This was peak 360 vibes. Sonic Generations. This was the year I got this one. I got it for Christmas and I actually played it after I had appendicitis. So I was laid up with Sonic. This is the first Sonic game I truly fell in love with. That was $30. Rage, I still think is a great first-person shooter, man. $30 for that. Excellent deal. I would pay full price for that. We have Bad Company 2 for $10. This Medal of Honor game I never played. $10 though. Look at some of these deals, man. Like this is great. Okay, now we're in PS3 territory. This is where things are really popping off for them. The price had been down a lot here. We have the Slim PS3 320 gigabyte model for $300. Comes with Uncharted 3 and a 30-day trial of PS Plus. You get to save $15 on Crack in Time, great game. Uncharted 2, Heavy Rain, God of War 3, MAG, the massive... Wait, what was it called? What was MAG called? Oh, here we go. MAG, previously titled Massive Action Game. That's what it was for. Oh, hey, look at this. Tucked away here, you have the 4 gigabyte PSP memory stick for $15. So I wonder if they're selling, oh God, the Kinect. Oh dear Lord. I wonder if they're selling like PSP stuff at this point in time. I don't quite remember. Star Wars The Old Republic is here for $60. This is coming out December 2011. This was actually the main reason I wanted a gaming PC because I was so obsessed with KOTOR, still am, obviously. Oh my God! Are you fucking kidding me?
We lost the audio.
Oh. What's also interesting about this is like, this is when you would go and pick up like box copies of these PC games and you'd install them on CD drives. You know, it's so different nowadays. It's not even a thought in my head when it comes to PC gaming. Like, oh, disc who, disc what? And you know me, like my game collection, like I'm always looking for the physical copy, but with PC games, it's a totally different ball game. Oh yeah, this was the trade-in deal that always got me right here. They're promoting trade-in 3 games, extra 10%, 5, 20%, 7, 30%. Bro, when I was pulling up with 7 games I did not care about, I felt like I was balling because I was like, I know I'm going to get good prices for these in my silly little head and 30% on top of this. And then you get some extra deals. And suddenly I'm walking home with a couple of other games that I was really interested in. And I'm going to return those a week later and just recycle my trade credit because screw GameStop. Okay, Circuit City. This is an interesting one. I don't know if people remember Circuit City. This is where I discovered a ton of video games though, growing up. Circuit City was where I found Knights of the Old Republic. It's where I found Splinter Cell. It's where, honestly, I found a lot of great Xbox games because whenever I walked into my local Circuit City, there would always be this little bargain bin right in the middle. And this bargain bin would always be like $10 and under for these Platinum Hits Xbox games. Now, before I had my spiritual awakening and realized I could not sully my collection with Platinum Hits and Greatest Hits and all these hits, I decided to pick some games up, and I found some of my favorites of all time. Like, I'll always remember picking up Knights of the Old Republic because I was into Episode 3. Star Wars was the rave, and boom, there's KOTOR sitting there, and I'm like, ooh, I get to build my own character, and the rest is history. It's the reason I'm here today. I adore that game. So let's see what Circuit City had on sale in 2008. I mean, right here on the front page, you're seeing high definition TVs really kicking into gear here. $700 for a 42-inch 720p plasma HD TV. Think about that, man. TVs are so cheap nowadays. You could get a bigger TV, 4K, for like less than half of this, easily. It's insane how much TV pricing has changed since we've kind of solidified the HD era. I mean, almost $500 here for this little 32-inch Toshiba 720p LCD HD TV. It's crazy to look at some of these prices. $200 for this little 18.5-inch TV. I remember my grandma had something like this in her kitchen. Looking at this, here we go. Guitar Hero. $54.99 each for the bundle for PS3 or 360. This was all the rave back then. I had this on my PS2. But looking at this, man, that's crazy. These are so much more expensive now. Getting like full Rock Band sets, like it's really expensive to collect for these types of games, which is funny because I felt like they were everywhere at the time. But Guitar Hero 3 was my first Guitar Hero. I remember finding it at Walmart. It was around $80 at that time. But I mean, you want to talk about getting your money's worth. That was the best investment I made, because then I went and got like smash hits. Anything Guitar Hero, I was in. I discovered so much music through Guitar Hero. I owe a lot of my music tastes and classics I enjoyed to Guitar Hero. It's such a shame that this isn't around as in a prevalent way nowadays, and that's because I saw a reel online, and it was a guy who was playing a game and he was racing around, and the reel had the song Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, and a ton of the comments were like, song please, song name. I'm like, oh dear God, like we need Guitar Hero more than ever to just reintroduce classic great music to people, because I think I would have been lost too if I didn't have something Guitar Hero to bring me back to like the 80s, the 70s, all these different eras, and just celebrate them through a fun video game. You also see here this limited edition DS, Brain Age. I love Brain Age. I have both Brain Age in my collection. I think it's a great game. I think society also needs that as well, frankly. But Brain Age come with a carrying case. You get a Mario DS here. Wow, look at what you get with this bundle here. Not bad at all for $140. Oh boy, yeah, look at Circuit City cooking, man. They had some great deals. This is just so on brand, in my opinion here. We got PSP games, we got 360 games, we have Game Boy Advance games. Game Boy Advance was like the definition of shovelware. You got a Napoleon Dynamite game for $5. I didn't even know that existed. Hot Wheels All Out, I think that I had that. I think that was like a 2D racing game here. Risk Battleship and Clue. This was such a fascinating time for gaming because games were so cheap to make that everyone was just making counterparts to everything on the Game Boy Advance. It's why it was so big, so popular. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, never played that one. Justice League Heroes, really underrated, like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance clone. Spider-Man 3 on the DS. Resident Evil 4 on PS2 for $10. Really hard to go wrong there. Of course, B-movie game speaks for itself.
You like jazz?
$20 for 4. They're promoting such weird things here in oh, wait. $20 for BioShock, $20 for the Orange Box. What else we got here? $15, you get Lost Planet tucked in over here. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, $15. This is great. I mean, this is so cool to see these games going for sealed. Like, it just makes me think, imagine if you could time travel and be like, some of these games are gonna go up in value. Like, none of these I'm pointing out here, but like some of these games are gonna go up in value. I'm gonna buy these in bulk and then time travel to the future and resell them. I'm sure that's like a scalper's wet dream, dude. Oh, wow, these two right here are complete throwbacks. The gamer chair, my parents, I asked for this a lot, but my parents never hooked me up. Honestly, low-key great call. My parents had great intuition to like not indulge in these stupid waves where I was like, oh, I just want to have this like little rocking chair. Like, they eventually set me up with like a legit recliner. I'm like, this is way better than probably any crappy chair I'd buy from Circuit City. But Guitar Hero on Tour for the DS, I've never tried this, but I was always so fascinated how you would have to like plug it into the Game Boy Advance cart in the bottom, as well as have, of course, the game cart in the top. And the way it interacted with the DS was so different compared to any other DS game. Wow, that is a throwback. $30 for that. Oh, hey, you know what? This is, 2008. This was the year I got my 360, and this was the bundle I got. I got it from GameStop. I sold my entire soul and then some to GameStop. So I traded in my PS2, I traded in my GameCube, I traded in my Game Boy Advance, every game I owned to get this 360 because I played at a friend's house World at War and Resident Evil 5, which I adore both of these games still to this day. Literally no regrets, but looking at the collection I got rid of hurts my soul, but it hurt more because I only had enough money to get the system and I had like $6 left over. So I got this pack-in game that had both these two here, Kung Fu Panda, which I didn't care about, and Lego Indiana Jones, which I'm a new Indiana Jones fan. So like for me, this was a big deal to kind of just get in there and try it out, but I could not attach myself to it because I didn't know anything about the movies. So I ended up getting Mass Effect for $5, $6 at GameStop, and the rest is history. Love Mass Effect, but that's crazy to see the exact bundle I got here. Got it all with trade-ins. Oh, now I'm getting into my feels. Now I'm getting into my feels. iPod Nano, 8 gigabytes, $150. Like, how is this stuff still not relevant? I don't know. Am I getting to my boomer phase now? Like, how is this still not relevant? Like, I feel more than ever we just need like to split up all of what we have with technology. Like, it's very convenient to have everything in one device, but there was something to be said about this is my music device, and this is my game device, and this is my talking to people device. And man, I miss using the iPod Nano. That screen in general. And I remember people getting games on these things and playing them on the school bus home. I'm sounding older and older as we go deeper into this video. Let's keep going. All right, to wrap things up, I want to take a look at, as you can see here at the top, GameStop 2013, right? This is the start of a new generation. We're leaving behind our PS3, leaving behind our 360. What were the sales at the launch of a new generation? And so they opened on midnight too. Yeah, that was different time back then, but see here, Halo 4 and Tomb Raider combined with a 360 250 gigabyte model for $200. That's a great deal. $200 for PS3 250 gigabyte bundle. You get Last of Us 1, which is an incredible video game, and Batman Arkham Origins. I think this is the better bundle for sure. You get incredible games there. I love Arkham Origins as well. Like, I don't know why that game gets so much hate, but I think it's great. Disney Infinity toys, right? This is the start of Toys to Life genre. Buy one, get one free. I would have killed for that recently when we did our Disney Infinity video. Thank goodness I had the gold edition, which gives you everything digitally, all the characters, but that wasn't available physically where I wanted to show off some more toys, but just buy one, get one free. Would love to have that nowadays. Here we are, Xbox One. So it was launching with Forza 5, Dead Rising 3, Rise Son of Rome, and Zoo Tycoon. I love this launch lineup personally. Like, I really enjoyed it because what's not featured here are games like Killer Instinct, which I thought was really good. I think Peggle 2 was around this launch window. Ori was really close to this launch window. But these kind of starting games, I was hooked to my Xbox One. And I also think early in the following year was Titanfall. So I just think that launch window for Xbox One, I wouldn't say goated by any stretch, but really entertaining. It's exactly what you'd want, I think, out of a launch window. Like, okay, I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. I'm going to play a lot of games. And these two in Rise and Dead Rising 3 had co-op to them. And Killer Instinct was such a great fighting game to just have that day one free to play. I ended up buying the $20 version. It was really cool too. But let's see here. We got on sale Assassin's Creed 3, $15. We have all these Lego games, $20 to $40. I've recently collected all the Lego games. They've kind of maintained their value in some particular instances, but some are, there was just so many. Like you can see here, this is a Lego Ninjaga game on the Vita. Yeah, like that is like $10 tops. Like it's like, there were so many Lego games that some of them just like completely lost their value in certain instances. Sniper Elite V2, $15, another great co-op game. I think that's what a lot of the 360 represented for people, at least in my case, was the co-op wave. Like just playing online with your friends. Xbox Live Party Chat was just such a new, exciting thing. And look at all these sales here. Skyrim, is $15. There's version number 2 of Skyrim with its DLC, $30. We have the Arkham collection, so we're starting to get those bundles here, Game of the Year edition, so DLC bundle here. We have BioShock Infinite. This is 2013, so it came out this year, so by the end of the year, it's at $20. Dishonored with all of its DLC. Splinter Cell Blacklist. Both of these are seemingly full price, so really good stuff there. What else do we have? I wonder if we're going to find any Vita stuff as we get into the PlayStation catalog. This is 2013, so this is a year after the Vita, where they should have a stronger push. The PS4 launch lineup, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Drive Club, Watch Dogs was coming out around that time. I liked Watch Dogs 1. I genuinely want to do a retrospective at some point on the first Watch Dogs, because I thought that was really good. Tucked away down here, hang on. That is Tales of Exilia 1, $20, and right next to it is Dragon's Crown. Tales of Exilia 1, I think, is fantastic. I really, really love that game. I distinctly remember that was the Tales game that I made a stupid life choice with. It was my week before my first week of college classes. And so what did I do when I was fixing my sleep schedule? I had a normal guy sleep schedule. I decided to stay up till 5 a.m. every night and put a self-imposed challenge on myself to beat Tales of Exilia in 1 week. Why did I do that? I don't know, but here I am. It was worth it, right? Oh, $10, Friday only. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. God of War Ascension, interesting. That's one of the OG Kratos games I did not enjoy much. Here's Final Fantasy 14, $20. Obviously, we know how that went. Pre-ordering Destiny, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch for $15. Incredible JRPG. We have the Jack and Daxter collection on PS3 for $20, and they're still selling these bundles, right? This was the latest super slim model of the PS3 for $250 with Jack and Daxter HD. Kind of a weird pack-in game, especially like you'd think maybe for the holiday push, you get The Last of Us in there. It's, 5 months after the game had come out, because I think that was a June game. But $40 for The Last of Us around the holidays, still really good deal for that time. Oh yeah, Daddy's Home. Here we go. PS Vita, $200, and you get The Walking Dead with it. This was the bundle that I had purchased. I remember it came in the mail. I think it's on my Instagram account when I got it. I was super pumped about it. What else were they promoting here? Rayman Legends, $15. You get Jack and Daxter HD collection. You get Unit 13, really underrated third-person shooter. Walking Dead I already mentioned. Little Big Planet on Vita, I own that. I never tried that. Soul Sacrifice, really, really good game. If you're into Monster Hunter style games, this is a really dark, twisted world, kind of focusing on that. Again, $20 there. And Killzone, what was it? Killzone Mercenary, that's what it was. That was like the big send-off for the Vita, $20 there. So a really brief glimpse at the Vita sales, but we just kept going, man. We kept going as long as we could, because Vita means life. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you today. This was a really fun trip down memory lane. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch all of you in the next Retro Rebound. Peace out.